In this video, we will see about constructor. Okay, so what is the use of constructor, like why it is required? Like suppose in any Java class, if we are creating any of the object, so that object should be initialized, right? So the main objective of constructor is to perform initialization of an object. Okay, so how do we define the constructor? So constructor is the same name I can say as the class name, okay, and it does not have any return type, right? So return type in the sense whatever if we are passing like either if we are passing void also, it is not required. If we are passing void, so it will treat as a normal method. And although if we are using as the same name with the methods, it is not recommended. So if we are using as a constructor, we don't need to pass any, I can say, as a return type. We don't need to take, means it should not have any return type for that. The other thing, if we are passing parameter inside the constructor, so definitely it should be overloaded. Overloaded in the sense, like we can overload the constructor, right? Okay, so if it is constructor with the same name, in the sense we cannot override that constructor, because override is happens between two different classes and two different name. It is not possible in the constructor, I can say it, that it will not be overriding the concept, that will not follow the rule for that, but we can overload the constructor. We will see in the upcoming videos, next upcoming videos related to the examples. We will do some, I can say, programming on top of that. Okay, so let's see this. Yeah, this is the main objective, initialization of an object, same name with the class name, and it doesn't have any return type. Okay, see here, this is the class name is a student, and a student, see we are passing simply parameter here. Okay, and this is the, I can say, parameterized constructor, right? It does not have any return type, right? And it could have I can say access modifier, it could have that no issue. Okay, so once we are creating object here, so we are initializing the value to this object. Okay, so s1 is having this value and s2 is having this value. So this is how we are initializing. Okay, now what is the rule for this? So the rule is name of the constructor and class must be same. Okay, and return type not applicable, even void also not allowed, that's fine. So what is the type? Like if we are not giving, like if we are writing some program, inside that program, as a programmer, if they have not introduced any constructor inside that, so compiler will generate a default constructor from their compiler side. It will generate automatically. Okay, and it will work like this way, although we cannot see physically, but see, normally it happens like it is written inside the Java in like that way. Okay, and what is parameterized constructor? In the sense whatever we have used here, that's not but parameterized constructor. And overloaded constructor in the sense whatever we are, like we have already discussed about the overloading concept, right? So we can overload this, no issue. Without passing parameter, we can write that, or inside this student, we can pass some, I can say, weight of the student, like particular weight, so we can also pass that, right? Or if we are taking some different example, we can also take that, right? So this is what related to the constructor, I can say. So in constructor there is super, and this play a very important role inside that. Okay, so what is super and this? So I can say super and this are keyword, I can say. Okay, and super, it looks like method, but that are constructors call. Okay, so super, it's look like method. So I can say that it is used for super class constructors call directly, I can say. Okay, so like see, if we are using this inside the constructor or inside the any of the child class, so basically super means super class constructor. If we want to call super class constructor, in the sense some child class is extending to another parent class, so parent class constructor if I wanted to call, so we need to use a super keyword for that. Okay, so these are the constructor call, I can say. Okay, and actually normally we need to pass the first line inside every constructor, I can say. Okay, it should be only the first line. If we will write any other like second line, third line, or whatever it is, so it will give compile time error. Okay, we are not supposed to write like this way. Okay, so the first line inside every constructor should be either super or this, because if you will try to write super and this both, that's not possible, because it should be in the first line only itself. Okay, and let's understand about this. Like, see, it looks like method, but this is not method. These are constructor calls, and these super and these are keywords. Okay, so we will see this about like with the help of example, I can say we will understand better about these concept. Okay, so super is for super class constructor call directly, and this is for current class constructor, whatever we are identifying in the current class constructor. If I wanted to call, we can use this. And this is for whatever the data member available or instance member available inside super class, we need to use super keyword. And if I wanted to use current class instance member, so definitely we need to use this keyword for that. Okay, so it is clearly written here, we should use only inside constructors as first line. If we will use outside constructor, we'll get compile time error. Okay, and in this keyword, we can use anywhere except a static area. Okay, so what is a static area? We will see if we are writing like public a static void main. So that's nothing. See, that's the static method. Okay, right. So a static area, we can also define that. We will discuss about this in upcoming videos. Before coming to this we will discuss about static area. Okay, and see, clearly it is saying that we can use anywhere except a static area, otherwise we'll get compile time error. So this is what the constructor having some definitions. So basically we need if someone is asking about the constructor, we need to definitely introduce related to the super and this keywords and constructor calls, because without this constructor is nothing, I can say, because we have to initialize our, I can say, object, right? So we need to perform some operation on the object itself. So yeah, it's have some, I can say, parent child relationship if we are happening with the, so definitely we need to use super. If we are going to use only this, definitely it should be within the current class only. So this is the overall idea about the constructor, I can say. In the next upcoming video, we will see about I can say these things with the coding, I can say coding example. We will see about that. We will do some practice on this, and definitely uh, we will get some more confident on this area. Okay, then thank you so much for watching this video.